it's all K's. It's KKK. It's Kyrie, KLAY, and KAWHI.
I'll just go off and say quickly, it's definitely Kyrie slightly better than KLAY to me. But those guys have proven to me the number twos in their career. And it's nothing wrong with that. And KLAY teetering on three, but he has the ability because of his shot making ability, which is special. I don't think these are guys that you can build around. But KLAY embraces his role, I guess, as a number two. Kyrie wrestles with it. And I think if he embraced that.
You're missing the other guy.
Oh, I'm going to get to the other guy.
Okay,
I'm just putting these two. I feel it's the difference between these two and the other guy.
Yeah.
Because I got stuff to say about him as well. But just going back to it, these aren't guys that you build around. These are guys that enhance. That's why LA is trying to get their hand on Kyrie to put him back in his right role, but he should be in his right role with KD. So I don't know why he want to leave. But, you know, this is a difference, too, and why I say you want to be professional and you want guys that understands team. I only want guys that work for me, that want to be here. If you don't need this job, cool. Just don't come here then.
Yeah.
I would rather you just not come here if you feel you don't need this. If you got other hustles and stuff going on that's more important than what you're doing for me, I don't mind that. But while you here, bro, I'm going to need you to work. I don't care. I don't care. And Kyrie, he's just, I don't know what he's been on, man. It's always guys that's odd to me that find Muslim and wokeness late. And he just seemed like he wrestling a lot within his own self. And it's just trailing over to his basketball career. Kyrie gets every excuse. So now you didn't play good because of Ramadan. But Jaylen Brown went through Ramadan too. All right.
It's always something with Kyrie, man.
Yeah, it's just always something. At the vaccine, look, if you didn't want to do that, I don't force anything on anyone else's beliefs. You know, that is you. But the way you made it a spectacle, handcuffed this roster, did all the weird stuff, man, and then you go out there and you perform the way you do. And the crazy
he got more rest than
people,
everybody, by the way. He got more rest than everybody else, by the way, too.
The crazy part, though, is people are still talking about KD, which he should be talked about.
KD was out there.
But it was I don't even want to use the word because Draymond pissed me off. But it was shocking to me when I heard that Kyrie averaged 15 points in games 2 through 4. And that just lets me know right there that you are a number 2. Because people need to hold you to the standard of what KD did. And KD played bad. His worst playoff series in a while.
But KD was out there. He played hard. Can't say he didn't play.
It's probably his worst since Memphis when he took that loss. But for Kyrie to go out there, do all that, and not pay this franchise back by playing well and being a professional, that just lets you know what his destiny is. Kawhi, he has the potential, but he gets a lot of kid gloves, I feel, in the media. His accomplishments, I won't say are overblown, but they are held up. But he gets a lot of the if talk because of his injury history. So, he had the Warriors down by 27. So we just assumed he was going to win the championship that year. But the year before, when you won 67 games, KD
they lost to the Thunder.
We don't hear about y'all, Choke. We don't hear about you, Choke. The Warriors, the reason why they had to win 73 games that year is because the Spurs was on their heels.
Yes.
For most of the season. And I think
that's a good point.
I think the Spurs had a better home record. I think they went 40-1 at home. The Warriors were 30. So that gets glossed over. Then people just act like, we joke about the bubble. But the fact that y'all guys went out there, lost 3-1 in the bubble.
So
they talking about Patrick Beverly. He like, I just won the championship. And it looked like you guys might not even make it. Well, they did make a for you to not make a championship appearance for what that franchise gave up, it's insane. Kawhi is a guy, though, you can build around. And this injury, it's not conference finals. You are expected to go out and get a championship, Kawhi Leonard. And if you don't win a championship, you're in a tier below Steph and KD and those other guys. Kawhi is expected for you to go out. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's playing. He always seems to be playing at a high level before he gets injured. But your best ability is availability. He has to go out and get it done. All these guys that we are mentioning, the ADs, the Jokers, you can see the talk has shifted from this as we got to that 14 range and on, because you guys are now expected to be champions and go out and win.
Yeah, ain't no more. Oh, we got a lot of potential. Ain't no more second year. Oh yeah, we get past because like LeBron, 21 years old in the final, 22. It's like, no, LeBron had to overcome it. Everybody else got to have the same standard. Like, we're going to call you a star. LeBron had to deal with it. He got criticized. Oh, you got swept in the finals. Oh, you can't shoot.
It don't count.
You can't lead the team. Like, stuff, anything, though. They was going crazy on LeBron, though. He had to deal with it. So
that fiddler got clowned for losing that play-in.
Yeah.
Kawhi,
definitely.
You got to get that criticism when your teams don't win and when they don't advance.
That's why I say it's only 3 superstars in the NBA right now. Because everybody else, you can talk about the league and you can talk about, like, you can gloss over their losses. There's 3 guys that's gonna catch a beat down when things ain't right. That's LeBron, Steph, and Kevin Durant.
I was just about to say
everybody else can get some kind of, because, like you said, Kawhi did blow a 3-1 lead. And if we're gonna use the argument that making it to the finals is better than losing before the finals, then blowing a 3-1 lead before the finals has to be considered worse because you didn't even get to make it to the finals. Like, you can't, the logic got to flow both ways, right? Kawhi was the reason that Toronto won the championship.
Uh-huh.
He was part of a team that won a championship in San Antonio.
Yeah.
So we could never take away the fact that he was the guy on a team that won a championship, which is hard enough to do because most guys will never be that. However, if they immediately was like, yo, he more clutch than Kobe. And now those guys won't even repeat it again. Like, that was they were saying that, what was it, 2000 and when they started saying that? That was Max Kellerman with his goofy butt.
Yeah, that was around the bubble, probably right before the bubble. It probably was 2019, honestly.
Right. So he won after he won his first championship. They were talking about, is he a top 3 small forward ever? And I'm like, huh? Hold up. So you talking about, obviously you got to put Bron at 1. Talking about Larry Bird. You saying this LeBron, Larry Bird, then Kawhi? The resumes don't add up, dog.
Why ain't over KG? I don't got him over that either.
That don't make sense. But he's a champion. KLAY, like you said, Klay's a number 2. But I'm gonna tell you what, man. What I do know is historically, when Zeke wasn't balling in the finals, Joe Dumars won Finals MVP. Larry Bird wasn't balling, Kevin McHale went nuts. Magic wasn't balling, James Worthy killing everybody. And I'm talking about for series. There are series where your number 2 carries you. We've had games where KLAY has carried you. We don't have series like that. But because he's so cool, he's not bucking the system. He's not trying to steal the spotlight from his number 1. He fit in.
Yeah, it's hard not to like KLAY. That's all. It's just hard not to like.
He don't get that criticism.
Yeah.
But what happened happens. Like, we can't ignore it, right? And I was off KLAY early. KLAY made me a fan, but early I was having the same complaints. I'm like, dog, he supposed to be. If the Clippers is double teaming your point guard to half court, you supposed to be killing them boys. They said y'all the greatest shooting backcourt ever. If San Antonio was like, we not finna let that little light skinned boy get 40 on us again, you supposed to be getting 30. That's what I thought. But KLAY fits into his role perfectly, and I think that KLAY for all my criticism of Klay, I think Klay fits on every team that you ever assemble. You could put him in there on all those teams and he could fit. But he don't get tier 1 criticism because he's not a tier 1 guy.
Yeah.
Kyrie was supposed to be a tier 1 guy, number 1 pick overall. He couldn't make the playoffs in the East when you only needed 39 wins to make the playoffs. He got 82 games to win 39. He couldn't make it.
And then people try to say he was young, but then when he went to Boston, what did he do? Same.
Okay, but
he flamed out.
Carmelo took a team. Carmelo Anthony took a team that won like 17 games or 27 games, something stupid like that. Took the playoffs in the West as a rookie.
Right. Kyrie's not over Melo. If you be honest, Kyrie's not over Carmelo.
So at the end of the day, Kyrie, for all his talent and his gifts, he's going to end his career without ever being the reason why a team was successful. Now, he was definitely part of it because him and LeBron were crazy in that finals. Like, it wasn't just that final shot. Them two they went nuts them last games.
41 in tie game. They both scored 41.
Dog, like, for real, that was crazy. So we know he got game. Nobody's ever saying anything about that. But to be on these upper lists and to get in these tiers, you have to be the reason. And if you're not the reason, which I've never considered you the reason, nobody could ever prove you've been the reason other than high school. Okay, then.
Sorry, you're not over Gary Payton, you're not over Jason Kidd, because you could say Kidd was the reason why they made those 2 finals.
Well, we could just go by what's contemporary. Dame is the reason why Portland make the playoffs. He's been the reason why they've won playoff series. Yep. So because they playing in the same era, Kyrie doesn't have that on his resume. It's not even close when you're comparing it to, as far as greatness. We're not talking about skill and talent. We're talking about greatness. So
I think that one playoff series when he had was against the Pacers as the lead guy, and that's when he was with Boston.
Yeah.
And
then he flamed out. He went absent against, was it Milwaukee?
Yeah, they lost. They ended up losing 4-1.
He played terrible. He shot like 32%, boy.
Yeah, to close it out. So
you know what? I'm gonna skip Paul George, man. I don't like whatever. I'm gonna skip Paul George.